don't want to. There we go. All right. Well, there we go. So, hello. And it's back. It's the Celtic Rain Radio Show. I am so excited to be here with you. I cannot wait until we have today's show, because we're gonna have such a great time. Such a great time. I have some great music and an amazing artist that you're gonna get to know. Very Celtic. I know we don't actually have a lot of Celtic performers that come and actually interview on the Celtic Rain Radio Show. So it's kind of funny. So it's really nice when we do actually have Celtic musicians that we get to interview. It's a great thing, right? Needless to say, I cannot wait until you get to meet Tiffany. She's just so sweet. So anyways, so you're going to have a great time meeting Tiffany. We're going to have a great show tonight. Our little mascot, Kaylee Rain, that's right, is ready to perform as well with the doctors. She's over here with the doctor. She gets to hang out with the doctors all day long. And I got my, of course, the best doctor of all, because you don't take him out of the box. It's just not nice. He's got his own little space. He's in his TARDIS forever. Anyway, needless to say. And then we have all of our instruments ready to do the Celtic Rain Radio Show. So I want to just talk a little bit about today. The Celtic Rain Radio Show is here for small label and independent artists. So if you are a small label or independent artist and you want to get your music on the show, there really is only like 2 or 3 requirements. It's really not hard. Number 1, you're a small label or independent artist. I know, it's crazy, right? But technically, I mean, the big guys don't need me. They don't need me. But you guys, the little guys, need me. I'm a little guy. I'm trying to become a big guy eventually, but one day I'll grow up, and who knows what will happen. But needless to say, right now I'm here for you guys. Number 1. Number 2 has to be family friendly. Just don't be mean. It's not worth it, right? Don't put down people groups or religions or curse a lot, or I want people to be able to listen to the show with their kids and not have to be like, oh crap, so definitely family friendly. Got it? Number 3, if your song's longer than 8 minutes, I'm probably not going to play it. You can send it. You can ask me questions. I'll answer. I'll help you. But I'm probably not going to play more than 8 minutes of music when it comes to like one song. So, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard to get your music on here. And the more music you send me, the more I play you. Ta-da. So you can send your music to Celtic Rain, CELTIC Rain, like rain out of the sky, 777@gmail.com. If you want to as well, you can go to www.youtube.com/C for channel/Celtic Rain. And on Tuesday nights from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. Eastern time, this show is recorded live. So if you want to be part of the show, get your questions in there, all that great jazz, go ahead and like, and subscribe. Do all the beautiful buttons that you need to do to make everything exactly what you need it to be, so that you know exactly when the Celtic Rain Radio Show is going to happen. Here at the Celtic Rain Radio Show, we play all genres of music, and it's actually quite beautiful. So we'll be playing like a thrash metal song, and then next will come on like some weird, wonderful tune from Russia. It's kind of hilarious. So we have music from all over the world, and I am so excited about that. Another great thing is that this show is going to be syndicated in November, so literally like a couple weeks, and then it starts getting syndicated on the Celtic Nations radio station, which is connected to the Celtic Nations magazine that I write for. Yay. So there we go. So I cannot wait for that to happen. I'm so excited. Also, we are going to be starting spots. If you are looking to advertise and you want to advertise on our show, please just go right back to that email, celticrain777@gmail.com. Email me, let's talk. All right. So we're going to do like 30-second spots to advertise for beautiful situations. So, but now it's time for music, right? I know. So, first song that we're going to play. I need to get my paper out here. Hello, Rebecca. First song is going to be Unspoken by Vazoom. That's like the best name ever, right? Vazoom. I'm sorry. That's just so funny. And then we have The Honored Fallen by Greenlee. And then that's also a very Celtic instrumental tune. Very pretty. And then we have Gold Digger by Kevin Mendelhall. So, dude, it's like one great thing after another. Also, it's Halloween. Almost. Very close. And so, my little hat needs I need to put little clips on it. What do you think of my hat? It's got a spider. I know. It's pretty. I got to figure out how to get it to stay on my head because it doesn't have anything right now. But we just those people who they have such great posture. They can keep books on their head. Anyways, so I hope that we can keep this hat on my head. That would be funny, right? I know, whatever. But while I'm trying to keep this hat on my head, we are going to listen to some amazing music. Let's go. Well, guys, I'm telling you. Good, right? It's a great start to the show. It's hilarious, though, to me. You ready for this? You ready for this? This is kind of funny. So, I got this hat at Walmart today, and then I got these horns at Walmart. I tried to put these on for you, but they don't like me. They do not want to stay on my head. Anyways, needless to say, I'm hornless. Still a little horny, but here, I'm hornless. Damn it. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna talk to a beautiful person. I'm excited about this. This is what I've been looking forward to. Because she's very, very Celtic like. I am very, very Celtic. So everybody, it is Tiffany Apan. Hey, how are ya?
Hi, so nice to be here. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am so good. I am so good. I am so excited to talk to you. This is going to be a blast.
Yes,
From
it's
one
exciting.
Celtic singer to another. It's
Absolutely.
beautiful. Stick together. We gotta make a
Yes,
pact or something. Like
absolutely.
build
We
each
need
other up and just
Yes.
send each other out. That's awesome. Well, that's awesome. So where are you located?
So right now I am located just outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I don't live right in the
Nice.
city. I live like on the outskirts of it. But yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, you can say that that's where I'm located right now. So yeah. Mhm.
Nice. We used to live in Swickley. Do you know where
Oh, I
Swickley
know where
is?
that is. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a
Mhm.
cute little town. I
It
liked
is a
it.
cute little town.
It
Yeah.
is. It was
Mhm.
really adorable. I loved Pittsburgh. We still have a lot of friends in Pittsburgh. So hi Pittsburgh people. I love you. I miss you. I'm
Stop.
sorry. I'm sorry. But you have Tiffany in my place. Just saying. I know it's pretty awesome. So you obviously I kind of let it out of the bag. You do Celtic music, but what kind of Celtic music do you do?
Correct. So, well, I've kind of been dubbed the Gothic Celt, thanks to Aaron at Celtic Nations magazine, because you mentioned, I think, in the beginning, you write for it. I write for it
Yep,
too.
yep.
So we kind of have that connection there as well.
Yes,
Um,
that's right.
yes. So it's a wonderful, wonderful publication. If you haven't checked it out, definitely please do. Um,
Yes.
but yes, I've been dubbed the Gothic Celt by Aaron over there, and I think that pretty much sums it up. I love. I've always been very drawn to that Celtic sound ever since I was really little. I didn't really grow up with that music, despite my background being very Celtic, Irish, Scottish, and everything. I didn't quite start listening and getting into it until I was maybe in high school, I'm a classically trained singer, so I came across like a lot of Celtic music through my vocal lessons, and mainly we would do like opera and all that stuff. But sometimes we would take a little break, and my voice teacher would bring in these Celtic pieces, and I would start to sing them. So you do get some kind of like classical vocals with my stuff as well. Um, I do like to switch it up and do some more rock oriented vocals too, but you'll get like even my rock oriented vocals though definitely have like a more classical sound to it, just because that's my background. And so I like, yeah, like, so that is one of my one thing you will find with my music. Also, I'm very much like a goth at heart. So, and I love metal and everything. So I love folk music. But although a lot of like the traditional Celtic songs are done in a very folk kind of way. So I think those four elements is what you would get with listening to my music and everything. And
Nice.
yeah, and I'm also very much influenced by a lot of movie soundtracks, especially Lord of the Rings. I'm very much into fantasy, especially fantasy that has like a slight kind, like a more like a historical twist to it. I mean, I love
Mm-hmm.
space fantasy too, but I'm definitely anything that has a historical twist to it. I tend to be very drawn to. So
Nice, nice.
yeah. Mhm.
Well, it's hilarious to me because I'm sitting over here going, okay, classically trained,
Mm-hmm.
check. Uh, Gothic Princess, yeah, check. I was like, dude, we could be sisters. This is
We could
hilarious to
be.
me. It cracks
Totally.
me up. Cracks me up.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe we
That
are.
maybe in
Like from
another
another life
world,
or something. I
another
don't
life. I know.
know.
Exactly. So, do you play any instruments, or is your voice your instrument only?
My voice is my primary instrument,
Mm-hmm.
but I do play some instruments, other musical instruments as well. I started taking piano lessons when I was really, really little, so I do play some keyboards, some pianos. I also play some percussion instruments. The bowren being my main percussion instrument, and I do also play some. This is my stick, my drumstick. But I meant to grab these two. Okay,
I play my drumstick all the
some
time.
recorder. Oh, I do. Yeah, that drumstick I use, but you know, but my recorder and my tin, the tin whistle. I do play a little
Yeah.
bit of this too. So yeah, so like that's just
Nice.
like a little, an example of a little bit of some of the other instruments I play. I unfortunately can't lug my keyboard onto here, but I play my
Right.
keyboard. It's here in
Nice.
spirit. So there you go.
Yeah, right. I know.
Mhm.
I play a baby grand. Yeah,
Woo!
no,
There
that's not
you
happening. No,
go.
but no, the that is hilarious. So if we ever when we come into Pittsburgh to play, we should definitely call you up. You would have a blast with us.
Yeah,
You would have a blast
yeah,
with
we
us. Yeah.
should definitely.
Get the
Mhm.
dueling bulldrons and just have
I
a
love
and that would
it.
be
I love it.
hilarious.
Let's
That would
do
be
it.
so funny. That would be
Let's do
so funny.
it.
So do you play with groups, or are you a solo artist? How does that work?
A little bit of both. Okay, so I am a solo artist. I do have like my own stuff, obviously, but I also play with other groups as well. One being basic, pretty much like an 18th century basically an 18th century music group, I guess you could say. But we do
Yeah.
we do play a lot of like the traditional Celtic, Irish, Scottish, English, Welsh music as well. And
Yeah.
they're called the Wayward Companions. We dress in 18th century attire. Sometimes we have
Nice.
done 19th century, but mainly our main spiel or shtick, I guess you could say, it is. Our main shtick is 18th century, like mid to late 18th century, we're talking about. So we do
Nice.
dress up and everything in our 18th century attire, and we play fun Celtic, Irish, Scottish, English music.
Beautiful.
And I also have done more classical oriented singing with the Pittsburgh Historical Music Society, as well as like performed classically in some other local gigs as well,
Nice.
that required a more classical type of style. And also I've performed with my good friend Chuck Alston, and
Mm-hmm.
he's dabbled in many different genres, Celtic being one of them. He's a popular staple in my YouTube living room sessions as well. So, and that's
Nice.
my living room sessions. Is basically I get together with some musician friends, basically in one of our living rooms, and we do a song, typically usually like a traditional folk or Celtic type of song, but sometimes we'll like venture out to other genres as well. So yes, that's a little bit of what I do. And then like I said, I do have my own stuff as well. So mhm.
Nice. So we're gonna hear one of your pieces. It's called
Yay.
Lullaby. Tell us about Lullaby.
Oh, so Lullaby. It's my most recent release. It's my newest single. It is available for download and streaming, Spotify, as well as my website and everything. iTunes, pretty much any place you can download or stream music. But Lullaby came about. When I was starting to write music for my new album, which I'm currently working on, it ended up, because my new album is going to have a very like kind of, it's inspired by Tudor and Plantagenet England, so
Mm-hmm.
it didn't quite fit in with my album. Uh, but I did release it as a single. In fact, it's also going to be featured in the upcoming paranormal docudrama, Lily's Cry, and that's being put out by Ghost Walk Films. I don't have an exact release date on it yet, but they really liked the song. But I obviously I'll keep everybody posted as to when there's an actual release date for it.
Absolutely.
But they did like the song, so I elaborated on it more. And the song itself, the lyrics that I wrote for it, they're inspired by I don't know if everybody there is familiar with Hans Christian Andersen. He wrote a lot of see, I don't know if you would want to call like Hans Christian Andersen or Grimm or the original Grimm's Brothers stories like children's stories, because a lot of them are actually quite dark and quite gruesome.
Yeah,
Of course, they've
absolutely.
been Disneyized over the years, but the original Little Mermaid, that's one of the stories that inspired the song Lullaby. The original Little Mermaid, it doesn't exactly end the way the Disney version does. It's actually quite sad, in fact. So
Yes.
yeah, so
Very sad.
yeah, it's very sad. But part of the song is inspired by that story, as well as the Little Match Girl, which is kind of a sad story. I mean, see the ending to the Little Match Girl. It's like it's kind of sad, but kind of happy at the same time, because she gets to be with her grandmother again and everything. But yeah, but I would say, I don't know if I, like I said, the Brothers Grimm, Hans Christian Andersen, I don't know if I would call the original stories children's stories, but I did want to kind of capture that almost like children's lullaby feel, while also giving it a very dark Celtic fantasy theme as well. It's kind of like that little juxtaposition there, where a lot of people might think that these are children's stories, yet they're actually quite dark. But in a way, it can also even sound like a children's lullaby as well. And it is kind of, and would just be fitting to also the film Lily's Cry too, since that's actually about a lost little ghost girl.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I recorded it at Starglider Studios, and I did most of the instruments there except for the acoustic guitar. The acoustic guitar was done by Jason English, and but I did pretty much all of the other instruments, like the keyboards, the percussions, the woodwinds, and everything too. So
Nice, nice. Well, we're gonna
yeah,
listen to that. You're gonna do a
fabulous.
little bit of cheer dancing with us,
Yes.
and so I'll bring you back in just a minute, okay?
All right.
All right, all right, guys. She's just cute, right? She's adorable. I mean, it's hilarious. Like we have a lot in common. It's kind of crazy. I know. Like I don't know what happened. Something happened. Sister from another mother. I have no idea, but there you go. Anyways, so we're gonna listen to Lullaby by Tiffany, and then we're gonna listen to Cry Me a River by Celtic Rain. So there you go. I know, right? And actually, it's by Gentle Rain, because we have a new group now called Gentle Rain. You guys are gonna meet them. You're gonna meet them. I'm one of them. You're gonna meet us next week. So Gentle Rain is going to do some really cool stuff next week, because we have a few that me and my husband recorded years ago. But instead of playing that old music, we're going to actually, instead, we're going to play some music for you. So you're going to get a little bit of a live concert from Gentle Rain, little here's and there's, still mixed in with a lot of other music for next week. But you're going to hear one of our older recordings called Cry Me a River. And then you're going to listen to Space Buddies by Dr. Celius Amdusius. So he was, if you don't know who he is, you need to go and listen to his interview, because he is hilarious. He's from the UK, sweeter than sweet, but man, what a personality. Oh my gosh, that guy has like personality coming out his wazoo. It's ridiculous how much this personality this guy has. So definitely check that out. And you know what? Right now, though, it's time for music, baby.
Tiny footprints in deep snow. Little match girl walks alone. Blizzard storm this New Year's night. Tears well up in her eyes. Freeze her face. Long for father's embrace. She turns her face toward the sky. Falling star burns so bright. No match does she have sold, while she huddles in the cold. Tonight shall be that warmth and light. Tonight, soaring in the starlit sky, up above she flies so high. In heaven her fears will fade this night, as she hears the night wind's lullaby. And flies away. Young siren cries at sea. 1,000 tears are shattered dreams. She watches her ship sail away into the distance. It fades, despair across her face, longing for a love's embrace. She turns her face toward the sky. Setting sun burns so bright. Ocean winds begin to blow. She's sunk into the foam. Tonight shall be part of the light. Tonight, soaring in the starlit sky. Up above she flies so high. In heaven her fears will fade this night. Siren sings the night wind's lullaby. Flies away. Fly up to the clouds. They soar above the town. In the air the two souls meet as they approach a child asleep. In his house, warm in his bed, tiny child lays his head. Blizzard storm outside this New Year's Eve, as his mind begins to dream. A smile across angelic face, sleeping mother's warm embrace. Mother looks out toward the sky
The bleakness of space in the blink of an eye. You can lose your life to an imposter's night. It's a dog-eat-dog world for the thrill of the kill. Everyone's out for themselves when the atmosphere chills. But I've got a way for us to get out alive. A pact between brothers that'll help us survive. With me holding your hand and you holding mine, we'll escape this spaceship, leave everyone else behind. Because we're space buddies, buddies in space. Protect ourselves from the alien race. Space buddies, buddies in space. You're a pal no one can replace. You watch my back and I'll watch your behind. Fumbling in the dark against a lethal deadline. They're closing on all sides, don't know who to trust. If your faith is misplaced, you'll be left to space dust. We count the seconds till we run out of air. The bodies piling up around don't make me despair. Because you're by my side through good times and bad. Never have to fear the things I can't understand. Because we're space buddies, buddies in space. Protect ourselves from the alien race. Space buddies, buddies in space. You're a pal no one can replace. I got a fear. You're more than you appear. Just promise me you'll end it quickly. Space buddies, buddies in space. Protect ourselves from the alien race. Space buddies, buddies in space. You're a pal no one can replace. Space buddies, buddies in space. Protect ourselves from the alien race. Space buddies, buddies in space. You're a pal no one can replace.
I'll be your space buddy. I'm just saying. He's so funny. Doctor, I love you. We had like the best time talking about the doctors anyways. So just saying. And so yeah, so that was Space Buddies. I'm going to play that one again one day because I think I'm going to clean to that one because that's a good one to clean to. I love that song. Anyways, just saying. It's crazy, right? I know. So Jeremy's having a great time here. Jeremy says there was a group years ago called Clan and drummer. I'm probably not saying that right, by the way. There's a song they did called Sergeant Mackenzie's March. That's your favorite. So I asked a question. My question was, what is your favorite Celtic song? And this is Jeremy's, his answers as Sergeant McKinney's March. Interesting. You know what? This is good for me because as a leader of a Celtic band, I can be like, I'll write these down and be like, go learn them and have some fun with them, make them my own and be like, I did this. That'd be really, I'm going to write that one down. I'm not freaking kidding you. Sergeant McKinney's March, right? I know. So I'm just saying, but this is the Celtic Rain radio show. If you want to send your stuff in to get played, obviously we play everything. So you send it to celticrain777@gmail.com. Please do not send me Bandcamp. Send me MP3s so that I can play your music. Bandcamp hates me. I don't know what to say. I don't know. They're a great platform. They're just, unless you're going to buy the stuff, they're not good to download from. So there you go. And yeah, that's true. Jeremy says it's not a typical Celtic song, but there you go. But we have some beautiful. I am not speaking well today. What is going on with my mouth? Music for you. So first we have Drop Dead. Not today. Thank you very much. Drop Dead by Cynics 4. A very 80s twist. Okay, the next one, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this thing. I'm just going to show it to you. And if you're just listening, I'm sorry. Because it's like, it's Russian, and it's really crazy. And it's like NCKYCCTBEHHBI N with a little thingy-majiggy on it. And then MNP. That's the song. And Monoplan, we love you, but damn. So that right there, I tried. I tried. Oh, but next week I'm going to play another song by them, and they gave me the actual, translation. That's beautiful. Just saying. So, yeah, not going to try. Not going to try that one. Not even. It's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but harder. Just saying. If you speak Russian, you're amazing. Because that's some hard stuff right there. And then we're going to listen to Winter of the Aramaic Destruction by Scarshield, and I think it's Mod. It's MJOD, so I think that's Mod. Yeah. So, really, really awesome stuff. I cannot wait for you to hear it. We're actually going to have them on the show, I think, in November or December. Really excited about that. I actually started working with a beautiful promoter who is helping me. I'm going to help him out by showing off his beautiful musicians. So I'm going to be interviewing quite a few of his musicians coming up in the next couple months. But right now, you guys ready for this amazing music? Let's go.
Drop dead.
gone, she's gone. Drop dead, drop dead.
Неслышно скользит над горизонтом по краю ночной темноты, влюбленный в высокую радость полета, в погоне за тенью мечты. Сильный и легкий, прозрачные крылья из ткани стремительных цифр, и в бархатной тьме серебряной пылью сверкает искусственный мир. Искусственный мир, искусственный рай, дорога ведет в таинственный край, где каждый свободен, как ветер, и каждый герой. Искусственный мир, ночные огни, покой моих снов тревожат они, и в звездный полет, мерцая, зовут за собой. Хотел бы и я, подхваченный ветром, в сиянии странных огней, беспечно парить над городом света, в краю электронных теней. Искусственный мир, неоновый рай, дорога ведет в таинственный край, где каждый свободен, как ветер, и каждый герой. Искусственный мир, ночные огни, покой моих снов тревожат они, и в звездный полет, мерцая, зовут за собой. Искусственный мир, синтетический рай, дорога ведет в зачарованный край, где каждый свободен, как ветер, и каждый герой. Искусственный мир, ночные огни, покой моих снов тревожат они, и в звездный полет, мерцая, зовут за собой. И в звездный полет, mircaje sa vúca sa páji.
dude, that guy can scream. I'm just gonna put it out there. That's some screaming right there. That's some I I just there are people that actually, they go and like get classical voice lessons so that they can learn to scream without, they can scream longer. Um yeah, that would have killed me. I'm just gonna put that one out there. But I think it's hilarious because I have been listening now. I've gotten a lot of thrash metal bands sending me stuff. And they have the most beautiful words, but sometimes I don't completely understand them, so I had to like look them up because I don't want to, put something crazy out there. And I'm just like, oh, these words are amazing. So I'm just saying, the songs are pretty amazing. I am in awe of how they can scream. It's actually quite amazing. It is. I'm just saying. So yeah, kudos to you, screamer people. Kudos to you, because that's some crazy stuff right there. But we have Tiffany back with us. So excited. Hey, hey.
Hey.
Her and your mug. I know, after I hear thrash metal bands, I'm always like, oh my God, I need something to drink right now. Like my voice is like, I love them and I think it's amazing what they can do. But then I just sit there and go, I think I need something to drink now.
Just a little bit.
Every time. But I'm like, and everybody's like, that's not the sign. Is this? I was like, I know what it is. I like the I love you sign better.
There you go.
I know. So my dear, what do you, besides music, do you do anything else? Do you get to just do music? What's happening with you? What do you do?
Okay, so music is one of a couple different passions that I have. I also, like I said before, I'm very much into history, and I'm very much involved in like the living history and reenactment worlds as well. Mainly I've been doing 18th century, but I'm also getting a little bit into some 19th century, as well as in writing a lot of my album, which, like I said, takes place, it's inspired by themes that took place in Tudor and Plantagenet England, especially Plantagenet England. I have been just renewing my interest in medieval history and everything. So I would also love to do some medieval reenacting as well. So I've been actually contemplating making a couple of women's outfits from the medieval era. So I sew, I costume, I do all that fun stuff.
Nice.
I'm also very much into like health and fitness is also another one of my passions too. I'm also a fitness trainer. I'm also kind of expanding that into becoming a certified yoga instructor too, because I love yoga.
Nice.
Also, just kind of studying up on like chakras and some energy healing too, so I can also kind of expand that there and just almost be, I guess you could say, like a holistic fitness trainer. So that's another one of my passions. I also do some acting in like film, theater, and all of that too. So that's, and I also write. so yeah, I also write. I'm a writer. I do have like a couple of books out. I'm kind of in the process of doing and re-releasing a couple of my book releases. I have a couple books in the book series called The Birthright, which I wrote. And like I said, I'm going to be re-releasing that. I'm kind of going through it and just, maybe just doing some re-editing and all that stuff. And so like I said, music is one of a few different passions that I have. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. So when you're writing your music, what is your process for that?
Oh, so I'm a very organic writer. Sometimes I do structure out a song. Like I am doing another song for Ghost Walk Films. It's a little bit different. I'm kind of because I'm straying a little bit from the Celtic genre. It's going to be more of like a dark kind of old-timey jazz sound to it, because that's what fits the mood of the film, and that's kind of what the filmmaker wanted, what Rocky wanted. So for that song, I'm kind of structuring it a little bit, just because it, I was giving specific directions on where to go with it.
Right.
So for something like that, like, I'll be more structured with the writing. But for the most part, like I said, I'm a very organic writer. Sometimes things just come to me. I'll sometimes just be going along with my day, and I'll get this melody sometimes come into my head, and I'll be like, oh my goodness. And then I'll like kind of record it onto my phone, like just kind of hum it into my phone really quick. And then later on, go back and, revisit it. And sometimes it's like, and I do have, every day, I kind of tinker on my keyboard and everything. And sometimes it's like a song will just kind of start from that. For instance, I do have a song from my forthcoming Tudor Plantagenet album called Catherine's Farewell, and it's based off of the final letter that Catherine of Aragon wrote Henry VIII right before she died. And I kind of had like an outline to like the lyrics, but one night I was just like kind of playing on my keyboard, and I suddenly just started playing this tune, and I'm just like, okay, so I was just kind of like, no, I have to use this somewhere. And I had already had a song, like a melody for the song Rise of the Falcon, which is about Anne Boleyn. But I didn't have a melody for the Catherine's Farewell song. And so I tried it with a little bit of the lyrics, and it worked. And I'm like, yes, so that's kind of how, some of it comes about. And nice. And also I, and as far as lyrics goes, since the album that I'm currently writing, it has a theme to it. So the songs are, like kind of planned out like in a little bit of a timeline. But, and I did, and obviously a lot of historical research is going into that too. But even that, like, I still allow myself a little bit of creative freedom. And so like I might have a little bit of an outline for a song, but really in the end, like I said, I'm a very organic writer. It's almost like whatever comes out kind of thing. And then I'll go back and tweak it later. So nice. my writing process is kind of a mess.
But
it's a lovely mess, and it works it's an organized
everybody
mess.
Everybody has their own, and some people are real organized about it.
Yeah.
And others, they just kind of let things come. Mm-hmm. And really, music is about letting things work for you. So whatever works for you is great.
Right.
I can imagine good Lord, I have so many processes. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. But exactly.
But it's like if someone's commissioned me to do a song, then it's going to be a lot more structured than if I just hear something and it hits me, and then I get a tune or words in my head, and then I'm like, okay, this is going to be written down somewhere, or it's usually on my phone, like you. And so I totally get that completely. Well, we're going to listen to Scarborough Fair next. Obviously, you did not write this, but
I did not write this one, no.
No. But it's a
Unless
beautiful
I'm a
tune.
vampire, you never know.
Right?
Hey,
we never know. But Chuck Austin is with you on this one. Tell us about the recording process. How did you pick this? And for people that don't know about this song, tell us just a little bit about what it is.
All right, so Scarborough Fair, it's what's called a traditional song, meaning nobody really knows who wrote it. It's that old, it's that ancient. Yeah.
It was me.
You wrote the song. There you go. Mystery solved, But really, it's an old English traditional song, and it's said to have originated on the shore, the shores of Scarborough in England, and in that general area. And so basically, that's kind of in a nutshell at least what I know about the song. And there's been speculation on what the parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme means. Some I think some people have speculated that it means going to like the Scarborough Fair or the marketplace, and some think it has something to do with like casting magic spells or love spells or things, and using those particular herbs for that. But it's like I said, it's a very, very old traditional folk song. And it actually, the original, if you look up the song, it has many, 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 many verses. Some verses are more popular than others. But I recorded two different versions. The one with Chuck Alston, though, I did use some verses that aren't typically used in a lot of the more popular recordings that you might hear. Of course, Simon and Garfunkel did a very beautiful version of it. Others, like Celtic Woman, Sarah Brightman, they've all done great, as well as many other artists. My goodness,
we do it all the time.
Oh yeah. And Wayward Companions and I are actually going to be doing a version of the song too, coming up, for some future shows as well. But the one I did with Chuck Alston, we did it for one of my YouTube living room sessions, and we ended up recording it while we were filming the living room session. And then of course we added a few bells and whistles to it afterwards. But the recording process was actually a lot of fun because, like I said, it was for one of the living room sessions. And sometimes I do record and release the song a song from the living room sessions. If I particularly like how it turned out, I might record and maybe record it while we're doing it for the living room sessions, or maybe we'll film the living room session, then we'll go back and like record it again. I believe though that we did record this simultaneously while we were filming it, and then we just edited it and added a few more things and did tweaking a little bit with like the mixing and all of that. But
nice.
But that's how this recording came about. So
nice. Well, we're gonna listen to this, and you're gonna do a little cheer dancing with us, and we'll have you back in just a minute. Okay?
All right.
Okay, sounds great. All right, well, guys, we're going to be listening to some Scarborough Fair, performed by Tiffany, Apan, and Chuck Austin. I'm never going to say this right. That's all right. You guys love me anyways, because you know that I pronounce nothing correctly. So if I actually pronounce something correctly, then you guys would be like, this is the wrong show. I'm just saying. And then we are going to also listen to Arguments and Facts by Victor Sierra. And then we're going to listen to Dreams by the Mathematicians with Rusty Humphrey. Rusty is such a sweet guy. He's one of my very good friends. And so that is going to be some amazing music. And I cannot wait for you to hear this amazing music. Here we go.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously, for I have loved you well and long, delighting in your company. Green sleeves was all my joy. Green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who spinning round my brain all day. I must get a grip on myself. They want me to think the same old way and leave my senses on the shelf. I'd like to flee this kingdom over me and speak with the master of clocks. We'd fight over the theory and spend every night on the docks, sustaining a never-ending inner fight, while verity is fading away. Some pretend to be beacons in the night, strutting with very little to say.
Arguments and facts, intellect versus quacks. Better use your neurons and synapses to the max. Arguments and facts.
They chose your spineless kings through and through. It's a cornerstone of the bourgeois routine. I drink to the spirit of the unknown, even though they put me in quarantine.
Arguments and facts. Intellect versus quacks.
Better use your neurons and synapses to the max.
Arguments and facts.
Talking takes such a heavy toll. Sometimes I'm losing control.
Arguments and facts. Intellect versus quacks. Better use your neurons and synapses to the max. Arguments and facts. Arguments and facts.
Intellect
versus quacks.
better use your neurons and synapses to the max. Arguments and facts.
Look at that young Rusty in that picture. Rusty, I'm still going to pick on you about this picture because this is adorable. I'm just saying. But that, I mean, awesome as ever. Of course. Of course. Of course. But yeah, so we're going to have Tiffany back. And yeah, I have to just, I got to admit, I did some bad stuff here because, you know, human is human. I'm just going to put that one out there. But it's hilarious. I'm like, oh, that's not Scarborough Fair.
I heard the intro.
But you went with it. I was so proud of you.
I was all ready to do Scarborough Fair, and then I heard the intro. I'm like, that doesn't sound like Scarborough Fair.
That's not Scarborough Fair. So
I went with it.
Yeah, you totally went with it. So technically that was Green Sleeves, everybody, which I was going to play next. But the thing is I make these videos. I make my song set videos. And somehow, I don't know, you know, brains and don't working and stuff, you know, and I'm just going to say.
It's almost a full moon, so hey.
I know, right? I don't know what the heck is in the air. But there you go. So technically, I guess this is what it is. Fates just wanted Green Sleeves to be sung first.
Of course.
And so therefore, you know, I don't know. There you are. So what we're going to do is tell us a little bit about your Green Sleeves now that we've heard it.
Green Sleeves. Okay, so this is a song that I have always loved. In fact, I first heard the song. Now, my first time hearing the song, it was just an instrumental. It was an instrumental with the flute playing the melody, and then having an orchestral background. And I heard that. I was maybe like 6, 7 years old when I first heard it. And I found the tune just absolutely haunting, and it stayed with me for a long time. And then when I was, you know, a little older and everything, and able to use the internet and all that fun stuff, I was just like kind of doing, you know, I wanted to find the song, and then I finally I found it, and you know, and the song was Green Sleeves, and you know, and then I heard different versions like with the lyrics and all of that, and especially when I got into like vocal lessons and all of that. I came across like the song and the lyrics and everything. So I've always wanted to do a version of that song, and I've done several versions of the song. I've done a more classical version with the Pittsburgh Historical Music Society. I did a more kind of like a Gothic Celtic rock version. I didn't, you know, obviously I didn't do a heavy version of it. It was like I still kept the pace very slow.
Right.
But I did a version of that too, just for a live show. And I also did a living room session of it with Chuck Alston. And when he and I did it, which is the one that you just heard, we kept it a little bit, kind of faithful to the time period that it is said to have come from. Now, there is a legend behind the song. Speaking of the Tudors and the Plantagenets, you know, there is a legend behind the song that basically goes a little something like King Henry VIII writing it for Anne Boleyn when he was trying to divorce Catherine of Aragon and trying to court Anne Boleyn. And of course, if anybody knows the story of Henry VIII's courting of Anne Boleyn, she at first basically didn't want anything to do with it. She was Catherine of Aragon's lady in waiting. Mm-hmm. And she was set to marry a man named James Butler. She was in love with a man named Henry Percy, though, and they kind of had, they were kind of in the courtship process, but their family split them apart, unfortunately. And some people speculate that Henry VIII was also behind Anne Boleyn's and Henry Percy's split, but it said that he wrote the song. Now, there is some argument against that, basically saying that the song, it's like the melody and even the poem itself, it either predates him or the pattern of the song. Actually, that style wasn't around until actually his daughter Elizabeth I was on the throne. However, some people did say that he at least he wrote, because he wrote tons of letters to Anne Boleyn, poems, etc. So it is also still speculated though that he likely wrote wrote like maybe like a poem or a lyric or two that later on then inspired the actual song Green Sleeves.
Nice.
But yeah, but I've always been very fascinated by that song, and then just in that whole myth or that whole legend behind the song, whether it's true or not. I've always been very fascinated by it. I'm very fascinated by Tudor England, even more fascinated by the Plantagenets and everything. So so that's what and like I said, I've been lucky enough to do a few different versions of that song. So, and I have been asked if I'm going to do a version of that song for my album, which my Tudor Plantagenet themed album. At first, I was not, but I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe playing around, because maybe playing around with like with some different verses that I did not do in this version, because kind of like like Scarborough Fair,
it's one of those songs.
It's one of those songs that has like many different verses. So I was thinking of maybe playing around with it, just for the fun of it, and including it on the album, and including lyrics, and the verses that I did not include in my living room sessions version. So yeah.
So where do we find your music, my dear?
Okay, so TiffanyApan.com has links to it. I am on Bandcamp as well. Also on Spotify, iTunes. Right now, my music is only in digital form. I did have physical copies of my album Poet for a while, but right now it's just in digital form. I do plan to change that. I don't know quite when, but I do plan to change that and have some physical copies available as well. Nice. And of course, like when the new album comes out, probably sometime next year, I will have the option. I'll at least have like a small run of physical copies as well. And if they're in more demand, I will have more printed. Right now, I seem to be selling more digital stuff, so that's kind of what I'm sticking with for the time being. Yeah. Like I said, I'm also on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, all of those major retailers. But yeah, like look me up on Spotify. You can look me up on iTunes. My hair's getting in my face. Okay. Also, like I said, I'm on Bandcamp as well. So
and you can look it up at Tiffany, Tiffany.
Yes.
Apan, Apan .com. She also has a Facebook page. So it's facebook.com/Tiffany Apan, TiffanyApan music.
Yes.
And so definitely check her out. Definitely go. You guys go and like her stuff. It's wonderful music. It's very wonderful. I could I've sang all of the stuff too, except for obviously your originals. So I understand from someone who plays Renaissance and medieval fairs and sings that stuff all day long while walking around. I understand. So I totally those are two of our favorite songs to sing while while we're wandering the hillsides of Renaissance fairs. So absolutely. But so we are actually so when are you going to be playing some new gigs? Are you playing out right now? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so right now I'm playing out with the group Wayward Companions. We do have some gigs coming up. One's going to be a virtual gig, but the other, the other one is going to be a live gig. So the live one, that's going to be in November. I have everything listed on my website, and also Wayward Companions has a website too. And the virtual one's obviously going to be like online, so that'll be available. So we have that. And also I'm going to be performing on December 11th. I'm going to be performing with one of Chuck Alston's many musical projects, Bonfire Night. If you enjoy, it's at the Club Excuses in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So if you enjoy Viking metal, basically, you'll enjoy you'll probably enjoy this show.
Nice.
So I'll be doing a little bit of that on December 11th, and then as far as my own stuff goes, right now I'm just focusing on recording and writing. But I might do through either my Facebook or my Instagram, maybe like a holiday live streamed concert from my living room. I actually did that last year with Chuck, and it went over really well. So we might do that again, like maybe in December or something like that. So yeah,
Absolutely. Okay, well, awesome. Well, we'll do a little bit more dancing, a little bit more music, and then it'll be the end of the evening. And we'll definitely have to have you back for sure.
Absolutely, I'd love to.
Yeah, especially when your album comes out. That would be really awesome. That would be a great time. Yeah. All right, well, let's do some dancing. All right, so guys, yes, so my mistake, but hey, sometimes the fates just say this needs to come first. So we listened to Greensleeves, and now we're going to listen to Scarborough Fair, because, I'm good like that. And then we're going to listen to Irish Rover by Celtic Rain. That's my band. That's right. And then we're going to listen to Too Late by Vincent and Sanin. I'm never going to say his last name right. I'm going to try really hard. Santanastaso. It's probably not right, but I'm trying really hard. It's a heavy metal tune. And then we're going to listen to Centurion's Vision by Bleeding Raven. I'm going to have Bleeding Raven on in a couple months as well, so I'm kind of excited about that. That's one of the groups that is part of the group that I've been working with to help promote some of their beautiful musicians. So anyways, needless to say, we have some amazing music. And so, you guys ready, hopefully, for some Scarborough Fair? Here we go.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there. He once was a true love of mine. Have him make me a cambric shirt, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, without no seam nor fine needlework. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Tell him to find me an acre of land, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, between the sea, foam and over the sand. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Plow the land with the horn of a lamb, parsley, north of the dam. Then he'll be a true love of mine. If he tells me he can't, I'll reply. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Let me know that at least he will try. Then he'll be a true love of mine. Love imposes impossible tasks. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, though not more than any heart asks. And I must know he's a true love of mine. When thou hast finished thy task, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, come to me, my hand for to ask. For then you'll be a true love of mine. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Remember me to the one who lives there, for he once was a true love of mine.
Do a little Irish rover. Some of us are Scottish, some of us are Irish, and some of us are mutts. Most of us are mutts. Hey! Hey!
In the year of our Lord 1806, we set sail from the cold Cay of Cork. We were sailing away with a cargo of bricks for the Grand City Hall in New York. 'Twas a wonderful craft, she was big fore and aft, and oh how the wild winds drove her. She had 27 masts and withstood several blasts, and they called her the Irish Rover. Hey! Hey! We had 1 million bags of the best Sligo rags. We had 2 million barrels of stone. We had 3 million sides of old blind horses' hides. We had 5 million barrels of bones. We had 4 million hogs and 6 million dogs, and 8 million barrels of porter. We had 8 million bales of old Nanny God's tails, and the whole of the Irish Rover. Now there was old Mickey Coot, who played hard on his flute when the ladies lined up for a set. He was tooting with skill for his sparkling quadrille, though the dancers were flothered and bet. With his smart witty talk, he was cock or a walk, and he rode the dames under and over. They all knew at a glance when he took up his stance that he sailed in the Irish Rover. For a sailor it's always a bother in life. It's so lonesome by night and day that he longs for a shore and a charming young friend who will melt all his troubles away. Oh, the noise and the routes will point in the south, but whom the tune torments over. Of the love of a maid he is never afraid, an old salt from the Irish Rover. We had sailed 7 years when the measles broke out and the ship lost its way in the fog. And that whale of a crew was reduced down to 2, just myself and the captain's old dog. Then the ship struck a rock. Oh Lord, what a shock. The bulkhead was turned right over, turned 9 times around, and the poor old dog was drowned. I'm the last of the Irish Rover. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Well, you guys, really crazy, awesome music, just saying. This has been the Celtic Rain Radio Show. Tiffany, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was awesome. A lot of fun. Yes.
Right? Well, you know, us Celtic Nations ladies got to stick together.
Of
Gotta
course.
push each other forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys check her out there. Also check her out at her website at tiffanyApan.com, at facebook.com/tiffanyApanmusic. She's just everywhere. She's everywhere. She's on Spotify. She's everywhere. She's just everywhere. So definitely need to have you back when your album's ready and you're ready to put it out. Send it to me. Let's start playing it. Let's get you on.
I'll
Let's
send you the first singles, you know?
Yeah, there you go. I'm just saying. And so there you go. We need to like make sure that you're definitely some kind of regular. Like once every 6 months, we need to have you on. Be like, what you doing? How you doing?
I'd love to.
Definitely. But for sure. But you guys, you can come and see all of the Celtic Rain Radio Show is recorded live on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time till 11 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go to youtube.com/C for channel /Celtic Rain, like rain out of the sky. If you want to send me music, if you are a small label or independent artist and you want to send me music, make sure it's family friendly. And it is MP3. Send it to CelticRain777@gmail.com. This is the Celtic Rain Radio Show, and we thank you so very much for coming. Please subscribe. Please be our partner. And if you have anything you want to say, just write it right down there and we will try to get back to you for sure. We love you so much. Thank you for being part of the Celtic Rain family. Bye.